Welcome to another video in the JavaScript tutorial series, and in this video we'll be looking at operators, expressions, and assignment. So these are just the very basics of programming. If you already know this, you can skip this video, but I'll be covering it anyway. So there are usually three types of operators which are most commonly used. That is you have plus, that is of course the addition. You have subtraction, that is the minus. Multiplication, that is the star. Division, that is the slash. And the percentage being the modulus operation. When it comes to relational operators, you have the greater than or equal to, the less than or equal to, the double equals, the triple equals, the single not equals, and the double not equals. I know they're not called that, but I'll just be covering these in a moment. But let me just go to what these are first. Oh, but before that, let's just mention the logical operators. That is the and, that is the or, and that's the not. All right, so we also have Boolean types. That is, these are the data types, true and false. I'll be covering these in this video. So these are all the operators that we'll be covering here. Expressions are basically combinations of operands and operators. Now operands are basically values which are paired with operators. So let me just change this to let exp equals 1 plus 2 into 5. All right, so JavaScript here, like any other programming language, follows precedence of operators, so expressions, and here in this case, brackets, anything that is in the brackets is computed first and followed by anything else. So if so in this case, if you have another bracket, so anything that is inside this bracket here, this piece of expression here, 1 plus 2, will be having the highest precedence, followed by into 5. All right, so if I just add another into 2 here, that will be the last computation here, and the value will be 30. 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 into 5 is 15, and 15 into 2 is 30. So if we just run this here, let me just console.log in this, and if I just run this now, let me just refresh this and run the code, and you get 30 here as we expected. So this is the precedence of operators. And now let's come to relational operators. Let me just clear this here and see what we get. 2 less than 3, is this correct? Let me just run this, and as you can see, it's true. So 2 is of course less than 3. Is it greater than or equal to 3? Let's find out. And that's false, obviously, because 2 is not greater than or equal to 3. So this is how relational operators work. Now let me just show you the difference of what this double equals and the triple equals is all about. So as 2 equals 2, okay, it looks strange, but trust me, both of these are equal in this case, and let me just prove that to you. And as you can see, it's true, because in this case the double equals always checks for only the value equivalence and not the type equivalence, which means even if you pass a number here and a string here, it checks the values, and if they are true, it will pass a true Boolean value. Now if I try a triple equals and see what we get, we have false here, of course, because the triple equals here represents type checking as well. So 2, the number 2, is it equal to the string 2? not in this case. So triple equals and double equals, I hope you got the difference. One checks for type and the other doesn't. That is, the double equals to doesn't check for the type and always checks for the value. Similar with the not equals and the not double equals. You can just check this. Is this true or false? It is false. And if I just change this to double equals, and this will come as true, because 2 is not equal to string of 2 in this case. So that's all about relational operators. Now we have seen we will see these, that is the logical operators. True and false yields false, right? That's what logical logic tells. False. Let me just clear this console quick. Yes, and let me just run this again. Yeah, so true and false gives false. That's the basic logic. True and true or false gives true. So in accordance to logic, this is true or false is true. And if I just use the not operator here, not false will return true, right? So all in accordance to the logic. As you can see, sometimes you can just miss to write the semicolon at the end of the code and nothing happens. Like, you don't get any errors or anything like that, like other programming languages. So JavaScript is pretty lenient on that. And yes, that's one difference. So one more thing we'll cover before wrapping this video is assignment, only to depict the difference between assignment and conditionals. Let var1, let me just type this variable one equals something, right? Let me just keep it as empty. So in this case, the equals sign here is used for assignment, unlike the double equals or the triple equals that is used for checking equivalence. The single equals sign is used for assignment. So you can't use these for you can't interchange both of these and just use them. So the single equals represents the assignment, whereas in this case you're assigning the value of, let me just give one. We are assigning the value of 1 here to variable 1. All right. And in this case, both of these check for types and values. So that's all there is for this video. Thank you for watching.